for today. So we have some interesting stuff going on, guys. Keep trying to tell people, keep your head down. Don't focus on hype, focus on use case, do research on crypto assets that provide real world value and have actual utility. This regulatory purge is coming and only of a handful of digital assets will survive long term. A very important note, guys. Now, I was telling you before we got those Bill Hinman emails that you shouldn't think that price is going to go up. And I told you that because it's probably the opposite. Someone knows that people buy the news. Someone knows, and then they will dump, right? They will dump a large number, and that's exactly what happened. Price went up and then dumped. So you have to be careful with, if you're like a short-term trader or something like that, and you want to buy because of the news, you should be careful with that, right? If you're a long-term holder, I don't think that this really applies to you because you know when to buy more, you just buy more, right? And you're holding long-term. That's a different use case here. So never expect that those news will actually improve the price. The price will go when you least expect it, guys. Remember that. That is always the case. Price will never go when it's obvious because then everyone will be rich. This is not gonna happen. So again, let's take a look at this video.
But the perspectives, there's a chasm between what's really going on with the banks who are investing in building tokenization platforms, private networks, with the expectation that those private networks will be connected through public networks to create a network of network once the functional capabilities, regulatory clarity, scalability, and other factors are in place, and there's every confidence it will be, because Web 2 was a 25-year cycle. It took 25 years to get to a level of maturity that we enjoy today. And we have no expectation that Web 3 will happen any faster than that. In fact, it may take longer, particularly as you bridge and live in this Web 2.5 world for a period of time.
Very good point, right? But I don't think it will take that long, guys. So understand that we're moving very, very fast. Things are going absolutely fast, guys. So the thing is, when they are ready, they are ready. That's what he's telling you. They're getting ready right now. And when the time comes, they will use tokenization. Remember, we're talking about a financial system that has been around for decades and decades and decades. So it's not just gonna take a couple of years to really change everything. Jay Clayton wasn't interested in giving Ripple clarity. Very, very easy to understand that they were doing something else. Take a look at this. This is a memorandum, right? Here we can see on Monday, August 20, 2018, representatives from Ripple met with representatives from the chairman's office at the SEC Washington, D.C. offices. Attendees for the chairman's office were Chairman Clayton, Bill Hinman, director of the division, Scan Memon, and Brian Rabbit. Okay? Attendees for Ripple were Brett Garlinghouse and David Schwartz. The meeting began around 11 a.m. and lasted approximately 50 minutes. Garlinghouse and Schwartz spent the meeting discussing Ripple's business and technology. Representatives from the chairman's office occasionally interjected with questions. Towards the end of the meeting, Garlinghouse briefly noted that Ripple was in a purgatory due to uncertainty as to whether XRP, the cryptocurrency with which Ripple is associated, is or is not a security. In response, Clayton immediately stated that the meeting was not the proper forum for a discussion about that topic. He then asked Garlinghouse to back up from the issue and steered the meeting back to a discussion about Ripple's business and technology. Following further discussion of those issues, the meeting concluded with Chairman Clayton encouraging the Ripple executives to continue its ongoing discussions with the staff of the division of corporation finance. Now you can clearly see, guys, this is a trap, right? And I will tell you how this is a trap, because Clayton already knew what was going to happen, right? But he just let Garlinghouse do his thing. Continue with selling XRP, continue with doing whatever you're doing. That's what he's telling him. And then at the end, Bill Hinman gives a speech, which they already knew about because it's very close to this date as well. He gave that speech where they gave Ethereum a free pass, right? And there they exactly knew what was security, what was not security. So you can clearly see, guys, these guys are causing confusion on purpose because they're doing something entirely off the books. It's just obvious at this point. Now, here we have Atlantis Press. Proceedings of the Second International Scientific and Practical Conference, Modern Management Trends and Digital Economy from Regional Development of Global Economic Growth. This is a paper, guys, a Russian paper where they actually mention XRP. Now, this is made by the Atlantis Press. Here you can see Ural Federal University, Yekaterinburg, Russia, right? So when we take XRP here, we get XRP, as we can see, used for XRP transfers or equivalents of fiat currencies issued by each participant, the national bank. Development of a procedure for determining cross rates for the internal currency of Ripple XRP when deciding to use XRP in interstate settlements. Now again, this is made by Atlantis Press. I don't know if this is an official Russian paper. I do not know that. I cannot tell you. But this is the website. Go check it out for yourself and you can clearly see that this is research. This is something that they're researching, something that they're doing to actually improve cross-border payments. I don't usually talk about XRP price, but its behavior yesterday as the news dropped about the Hinman docs seems peculiar and a sign of what's to come. The news caused XRP price to spike. Then we saw a massive selling volume to counteract the price rise. This tells me someone was expecting this pump and got XRP funds ready to dump. My point is, don't be surprised if similar behavior emerges right after the summary judgment news drops. It's not going to be easy, guys. That's one thing for sure. Price is not just going to go to hundreds of dollars. It's going to be difficult. Many people will give up. Many people will sell because that's the whole purpose of this. As you can see, price spiked to 50 cents and beyond. 56 cents, and then dropped massively, right? Because people know there's people that just have large funds ready to dump on you when the news releases and price is higher, right? So understand that, guys. How RippleNet plus XRP can settle payments with Swift GPI via API bridge setups through partnerships like Temenos, SAP, TAS, etc. Again, these kinds of things show you guys what they are actually doing on the background of all these networks. RippleNet receives same MT type messaging via API, bridge setup. So not only does RippleNet has its whole entire platform and its entire network, but it can also integrate with APIs, existing APIs, which Swift is using to actually integrate this for banks. So banks can actually choose. And also this makes the transition process from going from GPIs or APIs to using RippleNet much easier, right? They cannot just pull the plug, guys, and say, listen, this is more efficient. We're going to start using this today. They cannot do that. You have no idea what you're dealing with here. You're dealing with trillions of dollars. You can't just take away something that has been used for decades and start using something new off the bat. It needs to go slowly, gradual. That's why we're not seeing price really going up. But when it's going to happen, it's going to be unexpected and it's definitely going to happen. SBI CEO, every bank in Japan will use Ripple's XRP by 2025. Again, this guy, you probably know him, but he has been saying this for a very long time and many times that he's really certain. Because you have to understand, Brett Garlinghouse also confirmed this, that XRP was only being used as a cross-border like technology. But then Japan had an inefficient platform using transfers domestically, and they started using XRP domestically. That is why this is a confirmation from Brett Garlinghouse. You can look it up in a speech that he says that actually they were just using Japan for cross-border payments. But then Japan got interested in using this technology domestically inside Japan. And here you can see the SBI is one of the biggest financial services firm in the world. And here you can see based in Tokyo, Japan, the CEO of the company, Yoshitaka Kitao, has recently said early in February that SBI VC trade will go live next month in March. So all these things really add up, guys. Look at the bigger picture. Again, don't just buy the hype and buy the news. All that stuff will go away. This is about the long-term prospect. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you in the next one. Cheers.